Welcome to another episode of Asia Unscripted. So the title of this video is "The Tables Have Turned." We'll get into that in just a couple minutes. During normal times, there would be people here on the sidewalks eating and drinking, but because of our little issues in Vietnam lately, that ain't happening. It's pretty weird to see. We'll get into what I mean by the tables have turned here shortly. I do want to make some corrections from some previous videos. First of all, in the Philippines, I said that if you could show proof that you have been fully vaccinated, your quarantine would go down to 7 days. I was partially wrong about that. The rule is that you need to have been vaccinated in the Philippines in order to get the 7-day quarantine. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? But that's how it is. So if you were if you were vaccinated in some other country, Thailand, the US, the UK, wherever, you still have to do the full quarantine. It's only if you were quarantined in the Philippines that you get the 7-day deal. So that's one correction. Thank you for who pointed that out to me. Very important detail. The other correction, and it isn't my fault, the Phuket sandbox in Thailand. So previously, the rule was you come to Phuket after July 1st, and if you're fully vaccinated, you don't need to quarantine. You just need to hang out on the island for 7 days, and then you can move on to other parts of Thailand. Well, the authorities have changed that to 14 days. So you still don't need to quarantine. However, now you have to stay on the island of Phuket for 14 days instead of 7 days. So that might change some people's plans to return to Thailand. That might hurt, the economy a little bit more. A lot of the businesses in Phuket are not really hopeful now because they know there's just so many restrictions for tourists to take part in this sandbox in Phuket. So I can understand the apprehension that some businesses have. So those are the corrections I wanted to make. The tables have turned. So, just looking at this video, it looks like things are normal, right? You got the chicken grilling. A lot of these restaurants and stores are open. However, of course, you can't do dine-in. Everything has to be to go, and that's been the case now for a few weeks now. 2 weeks, maybe. Yeah, I think 2 weeks. So a lot of these places don't even have any customers, and it's dinner time. It's about 6 p.m. local time. So yeah, the tables have turned. If you guys have noticed, and I've been listening to a lot of vloggers in the last week, because, well, this is the first time I've been out in like a week. I had to get out and walk around and do a video for you guys. You guys have noticed the Western countries, they were having big problems, right? So they were having the lockdowns, all the restrictions, all the people sick. And now things are looking up. Look at the US. I mean, most states have opened back up. Even California is getting ready to open back up fully. So the UK is another great example. They're opening back up. And some other countries in Europe are relaxing their restrictions. I think France is going to let vaccinated people from the US come in. So things are looking up in the Western world. However, in the last month or two, maybe 2 months, look what's happened here in Asia. Thailand now has 2,000 plus cases every day. Cambodia has got a bunch of cases. India, Laos, Vietnam, Taiwan. I mean, Taiwan was doing great for the longest time. And now even Taiwan is layering on the restrictions. So things are not looking good in Asia. You know, Asia was doing great for that first year of the pandemic. You know, Vietnam, Taiwan were, you know, one of the top countries to deal with it. But now, with the new so-called variants, you know, things are not looking good here. Things are not looking good. So, I mean, it isn't, as you can see, it isn't as locked down as it was in Cebu when I was reporting to you guys a year ago. I don't need a quarantine pass to go out. I don't need a quarantine pass to get into the store. But some supermarkets are requiring that you fill out a health declaration. It's on an app on their smartphone. So I have seen reports of some supermarkets requiring that. But it's still a lot more relaxed than it was during ECQ in Cebu and Manila and all those places. But you can still sense that, well, let me back up. So the first 3 waves that came through Vietnam, you know, you had a sense that things would get taken care of. You know, the government will do a good job and they'll take care of everything. And don't get me wrong, they're still doing a great job. But during this 4th wave, there has been more cases than the first 3 waves combined. So, you know, there's a lot more for them to tackle. And I'm not necessarily convinced that they'll be able to handle it this time. So I feel bad because a lot of people are out of work. Some people have work, but their salaries have been delayed or pushed back. Other people have had to move back to the province because they're afraid to be in the city, which I don't blame them. I mean, a lot of people here are scared. A lot of the locals. Well, you can see a lot of them are just chilling here, but a lot of them are scared to go out. They don't want to go out. A friend of mine went out the other night, and he was walking by some locals, and they saw him. Everybody put on their mask, and everyone backed away. So, I don't know. Maybe locals are scared of foreigners again. I have no idea. However, yeah, the attitudes have changed here a little bit. I think people are a little bit more worried this time around. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. As for me, I'm still working. I'm working from home, which is a lot better than a lot of other ESL teachers. Well, I shouldn't say some, but many schools don't have any way to transition to online. So a lot of teachers, again, are out of work. And with the visa situation, a lot of them are headed home. So me, I'm good. My visa's good. Work permit, work is good. So I'm not going anywhere. But some of the other Vietnamese vloggers that you guys might listen to, well, they think differently. I've listened to at least 2 different vloggers from here that are making plans to exit. One of them by force, because they won't renew his visa. He's been here 9 years, and after 9 years they won't renew his visa. The other guy, he's got money, but he's bored with everything being closed, so he wants to go somewhere where he'll have, as he says, a little bit more freedom, which is fine. So yeah, the tables have turned. A year ago, it was Asia that didn't have many restrictions, didn't have many lockdowns. And now, June 2021, now it's the other way around. Asia's got the lockdowns, it's got the restrictions, and the Western world, much of it is relaxing their restrictions and their lockdowns. So, you know, we can argue about why the tables have turned. You know, there's many theories out there, whatnot. So, yeah. So those are my thoughts for now. Just wanted to give you guys another video update, make those corrections I talked about earlier. There's not really any new news right now. As far as visa changes from other countries in the area, everything's still pretty much the same right now. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I would appreciate that. And if you want to get notifications of future videos, please click the bell. I appreciate that too. Even if you don't subscribe, I appreciate you being here. Feel free to comment. Feel free to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And just stay safe out there. Even in the Western world, things could quickly change back. So stay safe out there, and I will see you guys again soon. Take care.